There comes a moment in every person's life when enough becomes enough. A moment when the weight of unspoken words finally becomes too heavy to carry. A moment when you realize that staying silent is no longer protecting you. It is only hurting you deeper. And when that moment arrives, when you finally open your mouth and speak your truth, the world around you stops. The person who thought they knew you, the person who took your silence for granted, suddenly does not know what to say anymore. This is that moment. This is the moment when it is finally over. The silence is breaking, and your person is standing there, completely stunned by what you just said. For so long, you carried everything inside. You swallowed your pain, your disappointment, your heartbreak. You told yourself that maybe if you stayed quiet, things would get better. Maybe if you did not complain, did not ask for too much, did not express how deeply you were hurting, they would see your worth. They would appreciate your patience. They would finally give you the love and respect you deserved. But days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And nothing changed. They continue to take you for granted. They continue to treat your feelings like they did not matter. They continue to make you feel small, invisible, unimportant. And every single time you stayed silent, you convinced yourself that this was strength. You convinced yourself that enduring pain without complaint was noble. You convinced yourself that love meant sacrifice, even when that sacrifice was costing you your peace, your happiness, your sense of self. But something shifted inside you. Maybe it was one too many broken promises. Maybe it was one too many nights spent crying in silence. Maybe it was the realization that you were giving everything and receiving nothing in return. Whatever it was, it woke you up. It made you realize that your silence was not protecting the relationship. It was only allowing the hurt to grow deeper. And so you spoke. You finally said the words that had been buried in your heart for so long. You told them how you really felt. You told them about the nights you spent questioning your worth because of the way they treated you. You told them about the pain of being ignored, overlooked, and undervalued. You told them that you could not continue like this anymore. You told them that you deserve better, and if they could not give you that, then it was time to let go. And now they are silent. The person who always had an excuse, always had something to say, always found a way to turn things around and make you feel like you were the problem, suddenly has no words. They're standing there, looking at you like they're seeing you for the first time. Because in a way they are. They're seeing the version of you that refuses to shrink anymore. The version of you that knows your value. The version of you that is no longer afraid to walk away from anything that does not honor your heart. Their silence is heavy. It fills the space between you like a thick fog. And in that silence, you can feel everything. You can feel their shock. You can feel their regret. You can feel them realizing, maybe for the first time, that they are about to lose you. Not because you stopped caring, not because you stopped loving, but because you finally started caring about yourself. You finally started loving yourself enough to demand the respect you have always deserved. This moment is not easy, even though you know you are doing the right thing. Even though you know you deserve better, it still hurts. Because letting go is never simple, especially when you invested so much of your heart into someone. You gave them your time, your energy, your trust. You believed in them. You hoped for them. You waited for them to change, to see you, to choose you. And now, as you stand here speaking your truth, there's a part of you that wishes things could have been different. A part of you that wishes they had valued you before it came to this. But you also know that you cannot keep waiting. You cannot keep hoping for someone to give you what they are not willing to give. You cannot keep sacrificing your peace for someone who does not protect it. You cannot keep breaking yourself into smaller pieces just to fit into their life. You're not too much. You're not asking for too much. You are simply asking to be treated with the love and respect that every human being deserves. And if they could not see that before, if it took you walking away for them to finally wake up, then maybe they were never truly ready for you. As their silence continues, you feel something else rising inside you. It is not anger. It is not bitterness. It is something quieter, something stronger. It is peace. The peace that comes from knowing you finally spoke your truth. The peace that comes from knowing you are no longer carrying the weight of unspoken pain. The peace that comes from knowing that you are choosing yourself, even when it is hard, even when it hurts, even when every part of you wants to take back your words and go back to the familiar comfort of silence. But you do not take them back. You let your words stand. You let them sink in. You let this person sit with the reality of what they are losing. Because maybe, just maybe, this is what they needed. Maybe they needed to feel the weight of your absence before they could truly appreciate your presence. Maybe they needed to see you walk away before they could understand what it means to have you stay. And if they do not understand, if they let you go without fighting for you, without changing, without showing you that they are willing to do better, then that tells you everything you need to know. It tells you that they were never truly invested. It tells you that your worth was never truly seen. It tells you that as much as it hurts now, walking away is the best thing you could have ever done for yourself. Because you deserve someone who does not need to lose you to appreciate you. You deserve someone who sees your value from the very beginning. You deserve someone who treats your heart with care, who honors your feelings, who makes you feel safe, respected, and cherished. You deserve someone who does not make you beg for the bare minimum. You deserve someone who chooses you consistently, without hesitation, without doubt. And if this person is not that, then this moment, as painful as it is also a blessing. It is the moment you take your power back. It is the moment you stop waiting for someone else to validate your worth and start validating it yourself. It is the moment you realize that you do not need them to see your value for it to be real. You're valuable simply because you exist. You are worthy simply because you are you. So let them sit in their silence. Let them process what you said. Let them feel the weight of this moment. And while they do, you stand tall in your truth. You stand firm in your decision. You stand strong in the knowledge that you did what you needed to do to protect your heart, your peace, your future. This is not the end of your story. This is just the closing of a chapter that was never meant to last forever. And as this chapter ends, another one begins. A chapter where you're the priority. A chapter where your feelings matter. A chapter where you are surrounded by people who truly see you, value you, and treat you the way you deserve to be treated. It is finally over. The silence is breaking. And for the first time in a long time, you are free. Free from the weight of unspoken words. Free from the pain of being undervalued. Free from the cycle of hoping and waiting and hurting. You spoke your truth, and now you are walking forward into a future that honors you. And that, more than anything else, is worth every moment of discomfort this conversation brought. Because you chose yourself, and that choice will change everything.